you stop and take a little time out with me? Just take 5.
Let's get into it. First and foremost, of course, as the script holds up correctly. All right. Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl, went back-to-back, overtime victory against the 49ers. Let's go ahead and talk about it really quick. What did y'all see in that game?
I mean, that was just a well-played game, honestly. Like, both teams had like one major miscue, I would say, like that changed the game. For the Chiefs, it was that turnover in the red zone in the first half that, allowed them to get behind, or that allowed the 49ers to get the lead early. And then for the 49ers, that muff punt really killed them. Like, that let them back in the game. That let the Chiefs back in the game. But yeah, I would say like the better player won. And you got to kind of blame that on Shanahan. Like, I would have liked him to be a little bit more aggressive when it got to the overtime. You kind of want to, or maybe aggressive is not the right word. I would have liked him to pick smarter, actually. Him taking the ball first and then not scoring a touchdown. Like, if he was going to take the ball first, he should have went for it on that fourth down. Because you shouldn't expect your team to stop Patrick Mahomes. Like, I was with Ian at Sam's house watching the game. And we were sitting there like, yeah, Patrick Mahomes is going to go win the game. Like, we all knew that. It felt like when Brady was going to win. Like, if you gave him the ball back, the game was over. And then, that came true. So
That's a good segue. Just a quick clip here.
But I didn't even realize that the playoff rules were different in overtime. So I assumed you just want the ball because you score a touchdown and win. But I guess that's not the case. So I don't totally know the strategy there. No, we haven't talked about it.
So you don't know why they elected to take the ball first and not, get the touchdown. The players don't know. And do you know?
Dude, I mean, it was crazy just because the Chiefs, they said that they weren't going to even allow the 49ers to get a third possession. Like, they said if they were going to score a touchdown, they were going to go for 2 and end it. So, like, that was out the window. Like, first of all, like, getting the ball first, like, it just sets your team up for failure because you really only truly have 3 downs. Like, if you get the ball second, you can go for it.
Not necessarily. Like, the way he played it, yeah, he did only have 3 downs, but like, he was in fourth and 4, wasn't he?
Yeah, but essentially, like, you have to take that field.
Not really. Like,
yeah, not really, but in their like mindset, like, yeah, you have, like, they should have. Hindsight, they should have went for it, but like, they had to kick it. I felt like, just to give themselves a chance. But I thought it was over either way. If they didn't score a touchdown, but
it was. Go ahead, finish.
I was just gonna talk about the game. So,
but I mean, on the coaching point though, like, I would say that is coaching malpractice. Like, they shouldn't go into the Super Bowl not knowing the rule for the overtime, and it's not like it's a secret. Like I knew that. Like, I'm sure that most football fans knew that. Like, we remember a few years ago, it was Chiefs and the Bills, and they played that thriller game where, like, whoever got that coin flip was going to win the game. And people were complaining, oh, like, Josh Allen didn't get a chance to go get the ball. After that, they changed the rule for the playoffs only. But, like, I don't get how you're in the Super Bowl and you don't know that. And not only just coaching malpractice, the players are idiots also. Like, how do you not know that? That's their job. Like, it's their job. It's their job to understand that, to know the rules of the game. So I really don't get it. Like, you're at such a disadvantage not knowing that.
Especially since the Chiefs were so prepared. Like, they went over that situation like 100 times. Like, they knew they
were talking about. They knew what they were going to do. Like, you're at a major disadvantage.
And let me just be clear here. So we just heard the man speak, and I just want to make sure I've understated him correctly. So he didn't know the rule at all, or is he saying that he didn't know why they would elect to take the ball first in that situation?
He must not have known the rule. because he said, I assume that you would take the ball and score first and the game's over, which is not the rule. If you score a touchdown, the game's not over. If you score a touchdown and get 2-point conversion, the game's not over. Like in no way will the game be over after the first possession in this new overtime.
And there was a live feed like on the field showing him like saying, I didn't know the rules changed or something crazy, like, which like they didn't know.
He was out there. Was he out there in the coin flip?
No, he was out there on kick return, and he was like, I didn't even know the rule, but I guess no one knew the rule.
I didn't even understand, and it's not even like they also sat there like the referees before the coin flip actually explained the rule first. Like that actually happened. Like he stood there before they flipped the coin and explained to them, in this new overtime, both teams will get a chance to possess the ball. Like it wasn't. There's no like secret site. I don't understand. I don't get it. But maybe he was too locked in. I don't know. But
that's very crazy. But okay, so you blow what was it, like a 10-point lead? I guess.
Yeah.
Are we blaming this all on coach malpractice? Of course, there are many culprits, but it's Kyle Shanahan, the one we got to circle at the end of the game.
He should be circled, but he shouldn't be the only one. Like, it's not all his fault they lost the game, but he should definitely be circled because it's proven to be a trend for him. Like,
if we're gonna blame anyone,
last Super Bowl and this Super Bowl, so
yeah, like if we're gonna blame anyone, like it has to be him. Like I can't blame Purdy. Like I felt like he played a pretty solid game. Defense played very well. Like maybe the special teams didn't play up to par, but like things happen in Super Bowl. Like
that was like, I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Like that muff punt. That's why I say it's not all his fault. Like the muff punt. If they don't muff that punt, like they probably win. But that was just kind of a fluke thing. Like he didn't really muff it. Like the returner didn't muff it. It just happened to,
No lie, that ball had to be slick. Like I'm not into the conspiracy, but there was definitely some olive oil on that rock. Like
it was. I think he didn't. I feel like he's like second guessed it because like
it got kicked.
The ball got hit by his teammate, so then it's live there. Yeah. Like, so I don't know if he was like, oh, like did it hit out the other guy or not? Like he's probably just like thinking like, I gotta go get the ball now, and he tried it, and it was just.
I think he did, if I'm remembering it correctly.
He had it for a second. He and he got hit, and then
You got back. So, Mahomes, they claim he's on GOAT trajectory.
Yes.
Was he the most impressive out there on that field?
I think so. From a decision standpoint, like he might have made like one bad decision that whole game with the pick, but other than that, I felt like he played a pretty perfect game. Like you could say 49ers defense as a whole, or the Chiefs defense as a whole, played better. But I felt like when it came down to it, he was the one who had to go win it for him, and he did. So
I don't think if I had to pick a player, if we're gonna pick quarterback, and he was the best quarterback, but player, no, he wasn't the best player on his own team. I will go ahead and say that. Chris Jones was the best player on the whole field.
Stop it.
And that Chris Jones was the best player in that game on the whole field. By far. But I would argue by far.
Just because he got unblocked on that last play doesn't make him the best.
The last play only.
That was the
last play. That was one of the biggest plays.
No, Mahomes' biggest play.
Look at all those touchdowns though. So all the touchdowns that we say Purdy missed. Go back. I wish we could go like show you what actually happened on those plays.
I remember
the touchdown, the ball to Debo, right?
Twinkle toe.
Yeah, overshot him in the end zone 50 yards. If who's in his face? Nobody's in his face. No,
a lot of
guys in his
face. That throw.
That's not true. Chris Jones is like 6'7". Like
that's not true. But
what's not true?
Chris Jones is not 6'7". You just said 6'7". Chris Jones is not 6'7". He's like 6'4".
He's 6'4".
No,
he doesn't look 6'4".
That's simple Google search. Like,
bro, it's not
6'7" is huge.
Chris Jones he's 6'6". So yeah,
dude,
he looks 6'7".
The point is, most people can throw like and make
It's not true.
people
Brock
was
Purdy, bro, no. Like he had to throw that ball very well to be completed. He just overshot him by a little bit, and Chris Jones in his face. That happened 2 times. That happened the last play. That happened on the Debo ball, and it happened like on the other like kind of like throwaway ball in the. I think it was in the red zone, like where he threw it to the right side of the field. Yeah. That happened all 3 times. Chris Jones stopped him 3 times.
Yeah, he was
3 touchdowns.
Good.
That's 3 touchdowns off the board. You're the best player on the field. Bro. See, like this is like I hate when people like I hate when analysts get on TV and they like sit here and talk about the game in like a weird manner. Because like we're not gonna sit here and like Patrick Mahomes played a good game. He played a very good game.
He made a perfect game.
No, it was not.
He made good decisions. He made good decisions for the most part, but for a large portion of that game, their offense had no motion. And I'm not going to say that it was his fault, but when we sit back and listen to analysts talk like Dan Orlovsky, he's the quarterback defender. He's always going to defend the quarterback. He's sitting there, he's like Patrick Mahomes. The thing about him is he never blinked. Patrick Mahomes never got flustered. He never blinked. I didn't see that while watching the game.
Whoa.
Like he turned the ball over on his own side. His defense got a 3-and-out immediately. That happened, right?
Wait.
He turned the ball over and they got a 3-and-out. They didn't get punished for his turnover. Then also in the beginning, I think it's maybe the end of the second quarter or the middle of the third quarter, he was running around and he did that little jump ball and threw it in the middle of the field, and it happened to land in the dirt in between 2 defenders. You don't remember that play?
I remember that. Okay.
I'm just saying they're talking about he never got flustered. He never blinked. Like until that first drive, I think where they scored a touchdown, he didn't play very well. Like he didn't play very well, but it wasn't all his fault. But like, I'm just saying, we're not going to sit here and act like he delivered a quarterback masterclass for the whole night. Like, I don't think that's true.
Before Ian goes, I just want to applaud you for being so in touch with reality. Like, because I'm seeing it all with my 2 eyes, but I'd never be able to articulate it in that manner. I just wanted to give you your props for that one. Yeah, go ahead and get your rebuttal in, man. What you got to say?
Not see those last 2 scoring drives by the Chiefs.
I agree. I said he played.
Would it matter the most?
He turns up. He turns up at the end. He's the best player. He's the best player in the whole world. Like I won't say that he's not. I'm just saying there was a while in that game where he wasn't playing like himself.
Dude, the Chiefs defense wasn't playing like themselves to start the game off. We thought the 49ers were going to roll through them. Did we not? We saw Christian McCaffrey run after run, go straight up the middle. Did we not? We saw that. That happened until he fumbled.
Yeah, he definitely did fumble. They definitely did have to force a fumble.
It was a pretty low scoring game for a while. Like it's not like the Chiefs defense played bad. They didn't do anything on offense.
So we can say here and act like the Chiefs defense was stopping that run, but whenever Kyle Shanahan decided to run the ball, they were running through them like with ease.
That's not true.
Okay, that happened. That happened for the first whole half. They were running through them like butter. Okay.
They actually did a good job against the run.
In the second half, they might have. In the first half, it was all McCaffrey in that O line. That's
McCaffrey caught a lot of balls too in the first half.
Okay. Anyways, dude, when Mahomes had to score those last 2 drives on 4th downs, on 3rd down, he made the right decision every time. I don't see how he can't. I don't see how he can't be the best player.
I don't think that he was the best player on that field for the totality of the game, because we can say Chris Jones saved the touchdown in the second quarter, the third, and overtime, or the second, the fourth, and overtime. If any of those points go on the board, they probably lose the game.
Wasn't a field goal blocked as well? Am I remembering that correctly?
Extra point was blocked by the.
An extra point was blocked.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So we talk about an overtime game in balance. 1 point.
No, legitimately. If they don't get that,
it could have been a difference in the game.
Dude,
if they don't get that block, they have to go score a touchdown on that last drive, and they didn't.
Dude, there are multiple times where I literally thought like, "There's no way the Chiefs win this game." Like on multiple times on that last drive that we were like, "Whoa!" Like Mahomes is getting cheap. Yes, we saw McCall, or who is that receiver? I think it was DBS. Yes, he caught that ball, went 10 yards back. Like there were multiple times in those drives where we were like, "Dang!" Like
I didn't think they were going to lose at that point, though.
What?
I mean, the literal next play, like he got like 6 yards a game. So like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, it was good offense called. Like it was good plays. Like yeah, they had positive plays, but like there still was times where his offense wasn't playing up to par, and like he willed them. I really think he willed them to those game-winning drives.
Will is a stretch in my opinion.
Dude, who else on that team played well offensively?
A lot of guys play well.
Who?
They ran the ball well. Pacheco.
That's not true. That is not true. They did not.
Pacheco ran well.
We can add like he ran well in spurts maybe, but like in the totality of the game, they had to
throw the ball. The 49ers defense played well, but what's it called?
Exactly.
Pacheco had a straight game. He had a solid game. What's it called? Rashid Rice played well, and Kelsey played well.
I mean, well is a stretch. Like they played their part. They did their job.
This is wild. Like
that's so Patrick Mahomes did his job then. Like we don't have to always give the quarterback all the credit is my thing. That's true. Not how it works.
That's true. But let's just think about this. If the 49ers won that game, who was going to win? Who did you think was going to win MVP? Juwan Jennings, right? On the offense, on the Chiefs, there was no doubt who was winning MVP.
Yeah, I understand that.
So Mahomes like
Juwan Jennings threw a touchdown though. Like that's why that's why I thought he was gonna win it. And he still might have lost it. I don't know. Still might have lost it while throwing a touchdown and catching a touchdown.
Nah, because that last touchdown that he was supposed to that was overthrown was to him. Like that was gonna be another
the last touchdown. Then yeah, he should have won it in my opinion. But the quarterback always is gonna like have a great shot at it.
You're just quarterback bias. You just hate quarterbacks.
I enjoy watching quarterbacks play. Like, I said Patrick Mahomes is the best player. He's the best player. I don't think he played the best game. Chris Jones played the best game. He dominated.
I have to second that. And, that's 2 out of 3. Just saying.
One thing I would say is I would probably say McDuffie had a better game than
and McDuffie played well. No.
That blitz that Spagnolia called, he was the one who batted it down. If he doesn't bat that down, it's probably a first down.
That's not like that. That wasn't like a crazy bat down. Like he was a free blitzer. That was a great play call. That was a great play call.
It essentially won them game. Like that was game over.
Yeah, but like the game was also won many times before that by Chris Jones.
Yeah.
No, by Chris Jones, bro. I want you to go back and watch the play. Go back and watch Brock Purdy's overthrows.
All of them. I remember. I know the Debo one.
3 touchdowns off the board. 3 touchdowns off the board by your pressures.
You can say that it was by pressures, but it's also by Brock Purdy, who was not that great of a thrower. Like with pressure,
I don't think any quarterback's completing like that last ball. Almost no quarterback's completing that ball.
That last ball is fair, but the one that Debo, I've seen lots of quarterbacks make that though. Kirk Cousins, I've seen him with people in his face throw an accurate ball, and his receiver go make a catch.
We're not going to see like this is why. The goalposts always are moved. Because yes. Like we don't have to act like Brock Purdy can't throw. Like he plays well. He plays well. Huh?
He throws well in a good pocket, in a clean pocket. Or
he does, even when the pocket broke down in that game, he played well. He played a good game.
That's true. But when pressure was in his face, we saw him throw off his back foot at least 80% of times.
Any quarterback who's under like 6'4" is gonna struggle to make those throws when 6'6" Chris Jones, 6'6". Okay, I said 6'7". 6'6". He's probably 6'7" in cleats. He's running at you like this. He's like 7 feet tall, running at you fast. That's tough. That's tough to throw.
I'm like a grizzly man.
I'll send you some clips of people throwing with pressure in the face. Okay, like it's not like it's the biggest game too. Like you need to make them throw.
They have to be worse than Brock Purdy though, or on his level. Like.
Yeah,
so I'm saying I take 5 though.